I caught my best friend's husband cheating, and when I told her, she revealed she already knew. I helped her leave him, and now she's thriving as a single mom. I carry the legacy. Our friendship began on the first day of third grade. When we both showed up wearing the same unicorn t-shirt. We laughed about it and became inseparable from that day forward. We went through all the ups and downs of childhood and together first crushs, school drama, family issues. I am the wild. She was involved in every school club and activity, while I prefer to stay in the background. But somehow our differences complemented each other perfectly. She pushed me out of my comfort zone, and I kept her grounded when she needed it. After high school, we went to different colleges but stayed in touch. Enemy slay. During our college years, Penny met Harry, 35 meters, at a mutual friend's party. Enemy flame. I was happy for her, but I'll admit I was a bit jealous too. Penny and I had always joked about being spinster ants together, and suddenly it felt like she was leaving me behind. Every animal under the sun, animal slay. He swept Penny off her feet with romantic gestures and promises of a bright future together. Enemies killing spree. I'm ready. At first, everything seemed perfect. I can write through you. They bought a lovely house in the suburbs and started talking about having children. I was genuinely happy for them. Shut down. 5 years ago, Penny gave birth to their daughter Lydia. I've never seen Penny happier. You must be inflamed. Double kill. Enemy slay. Harry seemed to be a doting father, always bragging about Lydia's latest achievements and showering her with gifts. Over the years, I've remained a constant presence in their lives. I'm Lydia's godmother, and I've spent countless holidays and special occasions with their family. Harry and I have always gotten along well, bonding over our shared love of obscure 80s movies and spicy food. You have slayed an enemy. Don't tempt me. When I was helping Penny plan Lydia's 4th birthday party, we were at their house, sorting through boxes of party supplies in the garage. Penny had gone inside to check on Lydia. Enemy slaying. Enemy slaying. He looked startled. Oh hey. You have been flamed. Ah. Mumbling something about needing to make a work call. I didn't think much of it at the time, but looking back, his behavior was strange. I won, often joining in when Penny and I were hanging out. This sudden awkwardness felt out of character. A week later, I ran into Harry at the local coffee shop. Too slow. And I was there working on a freelance article. Enemy remaining. They seemed to be in deep conversation, leaning towards each other and speaking in low voices. When Harry saw me, he abruptly stood up, nearly knocking over his coffee. Hey, he said a little too loudly. Fancy seeing you here. This is a Jessica. She's a client. We were just discussing a potential property listing. The woman, Jessica, smiled politely but didn't say anything. Enemy double enemy. A life slaying. You have slaying an enemy. Enemy slaying. You have been slaying. I've seen Harry with clients before. Oh my god. This felt different, more intimate somehow. But I pushed the thought away, telling myself I was being paranoid. The real turning point came last month. I'll have them chasing their hands. Both she and Harry had last minute work commitments come up. Hello! Of course I agreed to help out. I picked up Lydia and headed to Penny and Harry's house. They can run, but they can't. I saw Harry's car in the driveway. This struck me. Is odd because he was supposed to be at an important meeting. That's why he couldn't pick up Lydia himself. Catch enemy slain. As we walked up to the front door, allies slain. I'll have them chasing their death. It's me and Lydia, we're home. There was no response, but I could hear hushed voices. I'm a fire bitch. Lydia oblivious to the tension. Enemy round. Double kill. Enemy slaying. Triple kill. Enemy double kill. Quadra kill. Rampage. Enemy unstoppable shutdown. Hey, he said, trying to sound casual. Wasn't feeling well, so I came home early. Nature here is unstoppable. I said I didn't recognize his pennies, and as I glanced into the living room, I noticed a women's scarf draped over the arm of the couch. Dominating. Ally slaying. Enemy attacking. Enemy slaying shutdown. What had I just walked in on? I didn't confront Harry about what I saw, but it's been eating away at me. Penny is my best friend. 1 to 3. Like a toy. Alan Slay. Penny recently confided in me that she and Harry have been trying for another baby. You have been slain, enemy slain. At the prospect of expanding their family, she talked about how much she loved being a mother. You are old. Here was my best friend sharing her hopes and dreams for the future. While I sat there harboring suspicions about her husband's fidelity, I wanted to tell her everything right then and there, but I couldn't bring myself to shatter her happiness. Since then, I've been avoiding spending time with them as a couple. I make excuses when Penny suggests double dates or family dinners. I can't bear to sit across from Harry. Baby. When I have these doubts swirling in my mind, I want, but I'm not. Enemy slave. I've known Penny for most of my life. We've been through everything together, crushed breakups, family drama, career struggles. She's always been there for me, and I've always prided myself on being there for her. But now I feel like I'm failing her by keeping this secret. At the same time, I'm terrified of being wrong. What if I'm misinterpreting things? What if Harry has a perfectly reasonable explanation? Enemy flame. Victory, you have slain an enemy. I've been losing sleep over this, going back and forth in my mind about what to do. Should I talk to Penny about what I've observed? Enemy turret before. Enemy slay. Double kill. I'm torn between my loyalty to my best friend and the fear of potentially destroying her family. Enemy tourists will win. Hands free. But then I look at Lydia, a life freeway. And you have been flaming me. I never imagined I'd be in this position. Penny and I always joke that we grow old together. Enemy killing spree shut down. Built of secrets and suspicions. I need advice. Am I overreacting to these incidents? Should I trust my gut feeling that something isn't right? Or am I letting my imagination run wild and seeing problems where there aren't any? I'm lost and scared, and I don't know what the right thing to do is. Update 1. Mortal lives so fleeting. I want to thank everyone for their advice and support. After much consideration and sleepless nights, I decided to talk to Penny about my concerns. I invited Penny over for coffee last weekend. I'm living my best life, trying to distract myself from the conversation I knew I had to have when Penny arrived. We made small talk for a while, catching up on work and Lydia's latest antics. But eventually, I knew I couldn't put it off any longer. I took a deep breath and carefully explained everything I had observed over the past few months, trying to stick to the facts without making any accusations. To my surprise, Penny didn't seem shocked or upset. Instead, she got very quiet. Enemy plane. Enemy double kill. Enemy is on your property. It turns out that Penny has known about Harry's infidelity for almost a year. Enemy flame double kill. A live flame. Enemy flame. She walked in on him and his assistant in a compromising position. Penny told me she was devastated. She had always thought they had a perfect marriage, and the betrayal blindsided her. She confronted Harry that night and he broke down, confessing to a months-long affair. As the season begins, they've been in couples counseling, and Harry promised to end the affair and rebuild their trust. Enemy slaying. Enemy is done just for you. He's been more attentive, helping more with Lydia and household chores. He even suggested they renew their vows on their upcoming anniversary. But Penny confessed that she's having a hard time trusting him again. Shut up. The incident I witnessed in their living room. Enemy flame. Penny explained that she wasn't comfortable with him. Found your reason, afraid he might use it as an excuse to meet up with someone else. So they had arranged for the therapist to come to their house. For some sessions. You have slayed an enemy. She said she didn't tell me because she was embarrassed and afraid of being judged for trying to make it work with Harry. We spent hours talking and I assured her that I would support her no matter what she decided to do. Penny also revealed that she's not actually trying for another baby. I lived and lived double kill. She's terrified of being a single mother. We will kill. Rampage Ace. She looked exhausted with dark circles under her eyes that I had previously attributed to the stress of teaching. Shut down. I realized they were the result of sleepless nights spent worrying about her marriage. Victory. In addition to the couple's counseling, she's been trying to work through her feelings of betrayal and figure out what she wants for her future. Your birthday. We talked about her fears of being a single mother. Penny comes from a traditional family where divorce is seen as a failure. She's worried about disappointing her parents and about how a divorce might affect Lydia. But she's also afraid of staying in a marriage where she can't trust your partner. Honor is the rust on a dull blade. But I'm also angry at Harry for putting her through this. And sad for my friend who's been silently dealing with so much pain. Penny asked me not to confront Harry, and she wants to handle this situation on her own terms. For now. Laws are whatever works at the time. Just the two of us, so she has a safe space to talk about her feelings. 3, 2, 1. To give Penny some time to herself. I'm not sure what the future holds for Penny and Harry's marriage, but You have to hide. I'll support her completely. Back off. She hugged me tightly before she left. Heaven. I'll keep you all updated on any significant developments. For now, I'm focusing on being the best friend I can be to Penny as she navigates this difficult time in her life. A live flame. Enemy slayer. You have been slain. Penny had been trying to trust Harry again, even agreeing to go on a weekend getaway with him to try and reconnect. Lane. Lane. When Penny realized she had forgotten to charge her phone, she asked to borrow Harry's phone to check the weather forecast for their destination. You die for free. The message was from a woman named Jessica. Ha ha! It was the same Jessica I had seen Harry with at the coffee shop. Months ago, Penny confronted Harry, and he initially tried to deny it. What? And the message was about a property they were discussing. But when Penny threatened to call Jessica herself, Harry broke down and admitted that he had been lying all along. He confessed that he had never ended the affair with Jessica. He had just gotten better at hiding it, using work as a cover for their meetings. He claimed he was addicted to the excitement of the affair. Enemy plane. Even though he loved Penny and Lydia, I immediately went over to Penny's house to be with her. I'll fight for her 'cause I won't die for one. And clutching a framed photo of their wedding day, she was a mess alternating between anger and despair. We stayed up all night talking. Penny poured out all her feelings. Oh my God. Her fear for Lydia's future and her own sense of failure. She felt like she had wasted the past year trying to save a marriage that Harry had already abandoned. As the sun came up, Penny made the decision to ask Harry to move out. She said she couldn't bear to look at him anymore, knowing that he had been lying to her face for months, while supposedly trying to rebuild their marriage. She was done giving him chances. The next day, I helped Penny pack up Harry's things while he was at work. Wealth is in flame. Every item seemed to hold a memory. The tie he wore on their first anniversary, the watch she gave him when Lydia was born. Penny oscillated between tears and determined anger as we worked. When Harry came home, Penny calmly told him that she knew everything and that their marriage was over. Loyal to you. Have slain an enemy round. But Penny stood firm. She told him he could stay at a hotel over with a friend. Shut down. We're in. Harry left that night with a suitcase of clothes. This together. Penny broke down again. I held her as she cried, feeling helpless in the face of her pain. I'm incredibly proud of Penny for standing up for herself, but my heart breaks for her and Lydia. Enemy double kill, allies lane. In the midst of all this chaos, Penny's parents have been incredibly supportive. Initially, they were shocked and upset when Penny told them about the divorce. They come from a generation where marriage was supposed to be forever, and divorce was rarely discussed. But when Penny explained the full extent of Harry's betrayal, they rallied around her. They're coming to stay with her for a few weeks to help her adjust and to spend time with Lydia. Enemy slay. While her dad has been taking Lydia on outings to give Penny some time to process everything, Penny has also decided to take a leave of absence to focus on her mental health and on being there for Lydia during this transition. Life's cheap. When she's ready to return. As for Harry, he's been calling and texting Penny non-stop, alternating between apologies and accusations. One minute he's begging for another chance. I'll protect you. Regarding custody arrangements for Lydia. Heads up. Trying to provide some sense of normalcy and support. We've had movie nights with Lydia, where we build pillow forts and watch Disney movies. I've also been taking Penny to a weekly yoga class. Enemy flame. It's a difficult situation, but I'm amazed by Penny's strength and resilience. Despite everything she's going through, got her shot. Kings come and go, the gold stay. I'll update again if there are any significant developments, but for now Penny is focused on healing and moving forward. She's taking it one day at a time, and I'm here to support her every step of the way. I make my own cross the bay. And I wanted to share some positive developments in Penny's situation. Penny has been thriving as a single mother. She returned to work after her leave of absence and has thrown herself into her teaching career with renewed passion. Her students and colleagues have been incredibly supportive, and she says that focusing on her work has been therapeutic. She's even started an after-school creative writing club, something she's always wanted to do, but never had the time for before. You have claimed an enemy. There were some difficult moments at first. Lydia had trouble sleeping. Another contract completed, and play therapy to help her process the changes in her family. And it seems to be helping. Another fight, another. Fight. Lydia still sees Harry every other weekend, but Penny has made it clear that she won't tolerate any attempts from Harry to manipulate Lydia or use her as a pawn. They've established clear boundaries. 10 flame, 10 flame. But they're making it work for Lydia's sake. Okay, yeah. After a few weeks of erratic behavior and attempts to win Penny back, Alan slayed a double kill. You have been flamed shotgun. Enemy double kill ace. But it's getting easier with time. The divorce proceedings are underway, and while there have been some disagreements about asset division, enemy slain. Turn it lost. One of the most positive changes is how Penny has started to rediscover herself outside of her role as a wife and mother. Honor is the rust on a dull blade. Hearing other women's stories and sharing her own has helped her feel less alone in this journey. Finish the shadow. She says it helps her stay centered. The only thing I look up to is the sky. On top of that, she started writing a blog about her experiences as a single mother. She was hesitant at first, worried about putting her story out there, but she's found it to be cathartic. Hit this. Number. Alan Land. We've grown even closer through this experience, and I'm in awe of her strength and resilience. Enemy. Enemy. Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill. Enemy killing free ace. For the first time in a long while. Execute him. Turn it lost. Which I see is a positive sign. For now, Penny is focused on creating a happy, stable life for herself and Lydia. She's talking about taking Lydia on a mother-daughter trip this summer, something she says she never would have had the courage to do before. They're thinking about a beach vacation where they can relax, build sand castles, and make new memories together. Laws are whatever works at the time. On the other side, she still has moments of sadness and anger, but they're becoming less frequent. More often, I see her laughing and enjoying life in a way she hasn't in years. I'm so proud of her and excited to see what the future holds for her and Lydia. Penny's journey has reminded me of the strength of the human spirit. Enemy double kill enemy is unstoppable. With the same grace and resilience she's shown so far, you have claimed an enemy.